What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video, and if you picked up a brand new Pixel 7 device, then congratulations on your new phone. I know you're probably really excited to get into it, but you might be sitting there and wondering what are some of the settings I should change or features I should enable before using my phone. Well, I got a brand new Pixel 7 Pro sitting on my desk here. It's completely fresh out of the box. I haven't done anything to it yet, and I'm gonna go through all of the things that I do on my new phone before I even start using it. There's a lot to cover, so let's get right into it. Alright guys, now we gotta start things off by looking at the brand new feature that came to the Pixel 7 lineup, and that is Face Unlock. I'm really excited about this feature, but there is one setting I like to change. So if we go into our phone settings, scroll down to security, and then tap on Face and Fingerprint Unlock. In here, you'll have to put in your PIN. And then here you'll see it says Face Unlock. If we tap into here, I like to enable this skip lock screen feature. By default, how it works is it will unlock your phone with your face, but stay on the lock screen. And then you have to swipe up to go into your phone. I don't want to do that extra step. I just wanted to unlock my phone automatically as soon as it registers my face. It's just a little bit faster, and it's one less interaction that we have to take to get into our phone. Now, the next thing we're gonna do is actually just go back one and then go down to Fingerprint Unlock. Now, when you set your phone up for the first time and you were going through that setup wizard, it asks you to add a fingerprint. And if you did that, you'll already have it registered here. But what I like to do is actually add additional fingerprints. So right now, all I have is my main thumb. But if we go and add more fingerprints, now you can add your index finger, you can use your other thumb, your other index finger. And I like to just add all of these fingers because sometimes I don't want to pick up my phone to unlock it with my thumb. So what I like to do is register both of my thumbs and index fingers so that no matter how I'm holding my phone, which hand I'm using, or if it's on the table, I can easily unlock it using any of my fingers. All right, guys, now the next thing we're gonna do is change the animation speed on our phone. Now, what the animation speed is pretty much the animation you see anytime you launch any application. So if I launch the photo app, you can see how it kind of like zooms into the phone. If I open up Gmail, you can see how it opens up. It just kind of nicely animates it onto your screen. But that animation by default is a little bit slow. So what we're gonna do is speed it up, and that's gonna make our phone feel a lot more snappy. Now, to do that, what we're gonna do is go into our phone's settings, scroll down to About Phone, and then scroll down to the bottom until you see Build Number and tap on this 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you can see now it's prompting us for our PIN. We're going to put in our PIN. And now when we go back to our settings page, if we go to System, down here you'll see this option that says Developer Options. So we're going to tap into here, and in here, just scroll down until you see Windows Animation Scale, Transition Animation Scale, and Animator Duration Scale. Go into each one of these and set them from the default 1x to 0.5x. And what that's gonna do is double your animation speed, and that's gonna make your phone feel a lot more snappy, because now when you open up apps, they open up in half the time, and it's just gonna make your phone feel a lot more snappy and quick. Definitely a really useful feature, and one that I always enable on all my phones. All right, now the next thing we're gonna do is really simple, and it is to display the battery percentage. Right now we just have the icon. I don't like that. I like to see the actual percentage of how much battery we have. So we're gonna go into our settings, go to battery, and then right here, you'll see the toggle to turn on battery percentage, and there we go. Next, we're gonna change the grid of our phone, and the grid is what determines how many icons we're allowed to have vertically and horizontally on our phone. We can tap and hold on the home screen, go to Wallpaper and Style, and scroll down until you see App Grid. Tap on here and you can see we have all these different options. So if you're somebody who maybe doesn't have the best vision and you actually want to make these icons bigger, you can go ahead and select any of these other grids and you can see how the icons get bigger. If you want more real estate and the ability to fit more icons on your home screen, what you can do is select the 5x5 grid, hit apply, and now you see we have a lot more space to fit all of our applications. It also adds more space on your home screen to add widgets and just move icons around. So definitely, if you guys are looking for more real estate, check out the grid. The next thing we're gonna do is customize our quick settings. So if we scroll down, you can see we have these 4 options here. If we scroll down again, you can see we have 8, and then we can scroll over for some additional settings. And what you wanna do is customize these so the most important settings to you are the most easily accessible. So the ones you use most often should be somewhere here in the top 8. So what you can do is hit this pencil icon and then just tap and hold on these to drag them around. And you can even go down a little bit further and you'll see that there's all of these other options on here that you can actually add to your quick settings. So if you're somebody who uses maybe hotspot a lot, what you want to do is just tap and hold on it and then drag it up into your settings menu. Now, when you exit out of here, go back into that settings menu, you can see that hotspot is now available. Of course, you can again edit it and maybe put it up here somewhere if you use it most often, and you don't have to go around searching through your phone's settings to access all of these cool features. All right, this next setting is more for people who use screen protectors on their phone. Now, I personally don't, but I know a lot of people do. And if you're one of those people, then you should definitely check out this feature. So if we go into our phone's settings, scroll down to display, and then scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see this screen protector mode. Now what this will do is if you enable it, it will actually increase the touch sensitivity of your phone. So definitely go ahead and enable this if you're finding that with a screen protector, sometimes you tap and your phone doesn't really register. This will definitely help you out. And while we're here in display settings, the next thing we're going to do is go up to screen resolution and change this from 1080p to 1440p. Now changing it to 1440p will make the display more sharp because there's more pixels and a higher resolution, but it will affect battery life. So if you're somebody who maybe doesn't really notice the difference between these, you can leave it at 1080p and just relish in the extra battery life. But I'm definitely somebody who enjoys a sharper screen, so I'm definitely going to set it to 1440. The next thing we're going to do is enable our always on display. So by default, it's actually disabled. So if we lock our phone, you can see it's just a black screen. We don't have our always on display. We actually have to tap on it to wake it, and now we can unlock our phone. So to change that, what we're going to do is go into our phone settings, scroll down to display, tap on the lock screen, and then scroll down until you see always show time and info. Enable that, and that's pretty much it. You're good to go. Now, when we lock our phone, you can see we have that always on display. What I like most about this is we actually have our fingerprint scanner directly from the always on display. So we don't need to tap on our phone to wake it to log into our phone. We can just do it directly from the lock screen. You can put your thumb and you're right in. All right, guys, now the next thing we're going to enable is a really cool feature, and I'll show you exactly what it does. But what you need to do is go into your phone settings, scroll down to system, tap on gestures, and then tap on this first one that says quick tap to start actions, and go ahead and enable this. And as you can see by this little video image here, what it does is allow you to tap the back of your phone to take a certain action. So by default, you see it says take screenshots. So if we go out of here, double tap the back of our phone, you can see that it took a screenshot. So this is definitely a really cool feature, but you can actually set it to take any of these other actions. So we can bring up our digital assistant, see recent apps. You can actually toggle a flashlight as well. So this wasn't actually available on the previous Pixel 6 Pro from what I remember. I actually had to install a third-party app. Fortunately, we have it here now, so you can double tap the back of your phone to bring up that flashlight. I think I actually have to exit. Yeah, you can see there it goes. Now we can tap the back of our phone for that flashlight. Unfortunately, it does not work if your phone is locked, which is kind of a really big miss. I really wish that that would work with the phone locked, because I actually use the flashlight a lot. I walk around at night with all the lights off and I just use the flash on my phone. Would have been a really cool feature if you can use it while the phone is locked. Fortunately, you can't. So what I like to do is actually launch a specific app. So if you go into here and then hit this cog icon, you can see all of your apps that are installed on your phone, and you can go ahead and map that double tap to any of these apps. And what I personally like to do is map it to Maps, and then every time I'm going somewhere, instead of looking for my Maps application, I can quickly bring up Maps, put in my address and where I need to go, and I'm good to go. The next thing we're gonna do is change what the power button does. So you might remember on older phones, when you hold the power button, it would power cycle your phone or bring up the menu to restart or shut down your phone. But now it's bringing up the Google Assistant. I don't want that, because the Google Assistant is actually available from right here, so I can easily bring it up anytime I want. So I'm gonna change that back to give me those power options. And to do that, what we need to do is go into our phone settings, scroll down to system, go to gestures, and then scroll down to the bottom where it says press and hold power button. Tap on that and then just disable hold for assistant. Now when we hold the power button, we get that good old power option menu where we can restart or power off our phone. All right, guys, now the last thing we're gonna do is something I do on absolutely all of my phones. I always enable this, and it's called Do Not Disturb. So to access it, what we're gonna do is go into our phone settings, scroll down to sound and vibration, and you'll see it right here, Do Not Disturb. Now we're not actually gonna turn it on, because what that's gonna do is completely silence our phones. So any notifications, text messages, calls, anything we get will not ring or vibrate or send any kind of alerts to our phones. Instead, what we're gonna do is go down to schedules and set a schedule on how this will work. So just go ahead and enable this, and then you can actually tap into here to change the time of the Do Not Disturb notification. So you can change the start time from 10 p.m. I usually go 12 a.m. at midnight, and then I leave it at 7 a.m. But go ahead and change these to whatever your preferred time is. And now when you're sleeping, no notifications are going to wake you up. You'll actually be surprised how easy it is to take you out of your deep sleep. A single notification, a vibration, or a sound, even though if it doesn't wake you up, it can pull you out of that deep sleep into a lighter state of sleep. So if you're waking up really tired and grouchy in the morning, this could be why. You might have just gotten a random email or an Instagram like or something, And that's just totally messing up your sleep. So go ahead and enable this. Now we're not quite done here yet, because the next thing we need to do is create do not disturb exceptions, because sometimes in the middle of the night we might get a very important call or there could be an emergency and we don't want to just sleep through that. So you can see up here it says what can interrupt do not disturb. You can add certain people, applications, or other interruptions, but typically I go to people and then I go to calls and I pretty much just add certain contacts. You can set this to start contacts, or you can just go into your phone's contacts and add it like that. So you can add your parents, grandparents, your children, or anybody else, and when they call you, no matter, even if your do not disturb is on, it will ring your phone and you will be notified. Definitely a really useful feature, but sometimes you might have cases where your important contacts are not actually calling you from their own phone. They might be using a friend's phone. So what you want to do is make sure you have allow repeat callers enabled. And what this will do is if the same person calls a second time within a 15-minute period, it will override that do not disturb schedule. So definitely make sure that you have this feature enabled. But there you go, guys. That's pretty much everything that you need to do first on your brand new Pixel device. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for future videos to come, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.